Namaste, peaceful warriors. Thanks for joining me on the mat, and I hope you're doing good and that this little yin flavored snippet serves you well while I'm away. So this little slow flow, tapping into peace, tapping into meditation vibes, it's just to bring us back into a feeling of space, start listening to the body again. So if at any time you just feel like sprawling out like a starfish and doing nothing at all, I invite you very much to do that. As always, just listen to your bodies if you're dealing with any injuries or anything. And when in doubt, make the movement smaller or just take rest. So we are going to find our way to the sit bones. And whether you are just starting your day or winding down, just really allow yourself to sort of feel a slight change in your tempo. So you might just bring a feeling back into the body via the shoulders. And then just letting those shoulders rest. Breathing once or twice out of the mouth. Inhaling, collecting up that inhale. And opening the mouth up to let that go. Breathing in, feel the belly expand. Exhale, clearing that breath. One more might follow, clearing some stale energy. And then today, starting to breathe in and out gently through the nose. So I'd like us just to feel into sensation. So we're going to take hands, skim down to the knees and back up to the hips a few times. Quite a soft touch today. Just feel like you're caring for our skin and caring for our energy. Inhaling and starting to bring the hands gently together. Feeling that bit of friction on the hands. Bring that energy towards third eye or forehead. And then really thinking through the spine, growing a little taller. Let's keep the thumbs connected today and spread the other fingers apart. So we're creating a lotus mudra. And imagine kind of opening up to receive fresh thoughts, bright energy. And then still sitting nice and tall, bringing our hands gently down to the body, left hand to heart, right hand to belly. Relaxing the shoulders and feeling your breath move under the hands. And today we'll spend around 5 breaths here, a little longer than usual. Just really noticing your breath like a drink for the body. Savor the texture today. Breathing in. Breathing out to really relax the arms. We're going to just drift the arms open to our side. Turn your left palm face up, but roll your other hand face down. And you can almost scroll that right thumb all the way in so you feel your upper arm, your forearm. And then we'll just change it over. Turn the left palm face down, right palm face up. So there's a feeling of just a little twist in the upper body, the arms, breathe in and out. In as we stretch. Soft breath out as you kind of release. You can take a couple more and just listen to how it extends, maybe even into the neck a little bit. Feel where your body wants to go. Inhaling gently, bring both arms and head center, rising all the way up. Exhaling, prayer position, drifting towards the chest. Good. So we're going to find a little fold forwards over your crossed legs. Maybe you split the legs slightly apart if there's room for that in your body today. Otherwise, just cross legs is great, or even on your shins. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, we're folding forwards. You can go hands on the mat. But then as we start to deepen the breath, you might go a little bit further and walk your hands forward. So you could even end up on the forearms here as the head relaxes. You're on your shins, will feel a lot like your child's pose, or on the way to your child's pose. If there's a little fidgety energy today, or maybe if you're coming from a bit of a busy place, just see if you can notice a few things. Feeling the shoulders breathing, the way the scalp muscles can relax and the jaw can be a little slack. So you can feel your cheeks relax as your breath washes through the body. Trying to just feel into a slightly slower tempo. And then feeling into even that most obvious stretch. The glutes, the back, the neck. As we take another 3 or 4 breaths. One more full drink of breath. And then inhaling gently, we'll start to rise. Collect up the knees for a little squeeze. And just round your shoulders. And then we'll come same position with the other leg underneath or in front. So just changing which leg sits at the top. Maybe the legs are slightly split apart. A sense of lift before we fold. And go to your hands. Forearms or even further forward. Noticing those obvious sensations, the glutes, back, shoulders, and then the breath in the back of the chest. The way the scalp and the forehead can soften slightly. And the feeling of your breath. And as we take a few more rounds of breath, not worrying too much if our thoughts are still a little bit hoppy. Just bringing that back to sensation. We can almost quietly say our little mantra to breathe in. Exhale, release. We can add that layer of meaning whatever we feel like releasing today, whether that's our schedule, tension, something more specific. When you feel ready, we're going to rise all the way up. Gently bring in the knees for a little cuddle of your shins, stretching the back, rounding the shoulders. Inhaling, taking your feet flat to the mat. Inhale, we're just going to take a little cat-cow here, lift the heart, and then slightly round out your spine. Breathe in, lift the chest, and breathe out, slightly round out. Keep it subtle if it's been a high energy day or morning. If it's been a bit more of a stagnant time, we can inject a little bit more feeling and space into it. So we're sort of feeling out what our tonic is today. A couple more movements, we breathe in and out with the rhythm of our movement. Breathe in, we're going to rise the chest. Breathe out, we're going to collect up that left shin with that interlaced hands. Make sure you have space behind you as you stretch out your right leg. Bring in your left shin. Give yourself a moment to really appreciate the alignment of your back from the support of the floor. Breathe in. We're just going to take that left knee a little bit wide. You can just use the left hand. Take your right hand on the right hip for a bit of balance. Keeping both heels a little flexed perhaps so there's some intention in the alignment. You can turn your chin to gently look over your right shoulder if it feels natural through the body to do that. Start to feel like you're kind of breathing down the left side of your neck. Breathe in, starting to bring that knee back to center, and we're going to find our twist. So making sure you have space, we're taking the left knee over to the right. Twisting out as your right arm takes that left knee. You can stretch back through your left arm to stretch your chest, to feel the left side of your ribs. Letting the head just follow into the twist rather than lead. A few simple breaths just to feel into that space in your chest. And you could just wriggle your left fingertips for a little bit more sensation through the arm. Good, and then exhaling, we'll just gently take your left arm and your gaze over towards the right. So you're actually kind of lying on your side. If it feels good here, we're going to tuck and bend your right knee so your right foot can be collected by your left hand. So we're taking a little quad stretch within that twist. Slightly pressing your pelvis bones forward so you feel the extension. Some space across the belly. Breathing 3 more. Feeling into that twist. The twist is often a little detox. Breath massages the organs. Exhaling to gently release and unravel when you're ready, all the way back to your lower back where we'll collect up both knees. Feeling your alignment again all the way through the spine before we send that left leg away. Keeping your right shin, giving that a gentle squeeze, the jaw nice and soft. And then rolling your right knee a little bit open. And take your left hand on your left hip for a bit of balance. And if it feels comfortable, we're going to turn the head to face a little over your left shoulder. So you can feel the right side of your neck. And just breathe down that lymphatic line, soften the jaw. Feel that hip stretch. Inhaling gently, bringing that knee back through center to twist on the other side. Your right knee moving left as you release your breath, moving into that ringing out feeling. Breath becomes a little massage for the organs. Chest is stretched a little, and your right side ribs is breathing a little more than left. You could wriggle the fingers of the right hand on the floor just to bring some attention into the feelings through the arm. And then on that next breath out, we can just let your right arm come over towards your left. So that if we can and we feel comfortable, we can kick up that left foot, catch it with the right hand and slightly press the pelvis bones forward so you get that nice quad stretch. Breathing for 3. Exhaling to release. Inhaling to slowly come back to center. Both knees to the chest so we can really ground the lower back. Arms and legs starting to stretch into the air. So it might be the first little taste of the hamstrings we're getting, so no worries if the knees want to stay bent. Just going to rotate the wrists and the ankles. And as we do that for a couple more breaths, just feel how that extends around the forearms. We feel around the calf muscles. Feel the tops of the feet stretch. Good. We're going to stay elevated a couple more breaths here. This time we're going to point the toes and let your hands kind of mimic that, stretching the wrists, hands face you. And then palms towards the ceiling, a little flex of the feet and hands. And again, just sort of feel where it extends to, down through the legs, maybe into the glutes, upper arms. Good. And just let your arms and legs sort of dangle upwards. So there's a bit of softness there. And tune into a feeling of your circulation, which you might already feel is draining a little bit from your hard-working hands and feet. As you stay a couple more breaths, really see if you can tune into that. Let that circulation refresh a little bit. Exhaling, gently bending into the knees. Letting your hands find your shins. And we'll take a little rock and a roll up to sitting. Good. We're going to let yourself swing both knees over towards your left so that you can find a half pigeon or indeed a full pigeon if you're ready for that today. So we're finding our way as a little lean over your right thigh. Could be with that extended back leg as we lift the chest. And then starting to fold forwards, maybe on the forearms to begin with, letting the head drop. Deeper down, if it makes sense in the body today. You can go both hands as a cushion for your forehead. Thinking about spreading your shoulders wide. Tuning into the psoas muscle and that deeper part of the glute. Breathing for the last 2. Inhaling, gently start to rise. So we're going to be really careful with this. Use a little bit of energy in your arms to just gently draw that left foot forwards, sort of in line with your right knee. As you sit on a half shin pose, exhaling to just gently drop the head forwards. You can use your fingertips on the mat. Take a little neck and shoulder stretch. Option to collect up your hands and bring your prayer position towards the third eye, almost like you could rest your head on the energy of your arms. Breathing in, out to relax the hands. We're just going to gently flip your right foot, tuck the toes, so that we can lift both knees and stretch into your Parsvattanasana. Almost forgot. Our split fold. Feet could be in line with the hips or thereabouts, and you can bend the knees as much as you need to find the space that you need. If it suits you, we could lift the hips a little more and let the head drop here, so we can form a sense of a bow. Left hamstring stretching a little more than the right. Keep lifting the left hip crease. And then exhaling, I'm going to bend both knees and gently step your right foot forward. Exhaling to really drop in forward. Hands to each opposite elbow. We can take a little raggy doll bounce here and just release some of the effort we might still be feeling through the shoulders, the jaw. Exhaling, hands release and slide up to your shins, flat back, crown presses forward. Really lengthening through the spine and some energy pouring down through your feet. Exhaling on the next breath, we'll bend the knees and flop and drop back into Uttanasana. Nice dangling fold. Let's take a little step back with your left foot. So we're creating that slightly split fold. Again, your feet tracking with hips or thereabouts, knees as bent as feels comfortable. It might be more straightened, lifting the hips and bowing the head if that's comfortable for you. And feeling into that right hip crease, right hamstring. Just one more deep breath. Exhaling, bending both knees. We're just going to gently drop that left knee towards the floor and untuck that foot. So we're sat on our half a shin pose. And we can just bow the head forwards and feel a slight roundness in the upper chest. That option to catch the hands together, prayer position becomes a little shelf for our forehead to rest on. So that energy is up through the hands and the head is slightly rested. Exhaling to gently release. And we're just going to slide your right leg back towards a full pigeon perhaps. Or if it's more comfortable for your hips or knees, slightly bending your right knee out towards the side. Either way we can lift and then fold slightly on that left thigh. If it's comfortable, we're moving to forearms or even deeper, both hands as your forehead cushion. Feeling a spread through the shoulders. Again, just embrace a sense of time in your breath and noticing your energy and sensations. breathing for 1 or 2 more. Inhaling on the next breath, we'll start to lift and shimmy both feet back. Then come all the way down onto the belly. If there's any reason you don't feel comfortable on the belly, just skip this little bit and meet you on child's pose. Let's take the hands outside of the mat, up on fingertips, elbows above wrists. So we're taking our wide cobra, a little bit of energy now as we start to press into fingertips. Use the core a little bit to lift the heart and then drape it all the way down. So we're only lifting as much as we need. Might feel like a little ache through the spine, lifting shoulders, our gaze, and then draping the chest on the mat. A couple more, breathe in as we lift. Out as we release. No need to come too far, listen to your body, breathe in. Breathe out. This time we're coming up about halfway. And then we're just going to let your shoulders move slightly right. You're just looking at your right wrist as your left shoulder moves towards the mat. Inhale back to center, nice and spacious. Just turning to look towards your left wrist as your right shoulder comes down. Center, exhale. Let the hands find their way under the shoulders. For your cobra lift, this time peeling the hips up and back over your heels. Exhale, child's pose. Hands reach forward, stretch your back. Inhaling, slowly coming up through tabletop to down dog. We're going to lift those knees. Lift up and back over the heels and have a little wriggle out. Feeling through the feet, feeling through the hamstrings, the sides of the body, the hips. Energy through your palms. Really nice. Take a breath. And then we'll take our focus forward to take a step or a few steps to the front of the mat. Exhaling to fall. Small bend in the knees. We're going to slowly roll up to stand. Feeling firm through your feet, connection with the ground, nice and felt. Steady, building you up to that nice tall mountain. Really nice. As we breathe in, we'll take your fingertips to catch 2 bowls of noodles. As we breathe out, just relaxing your jaw. We're going to reach those arms all the way up and possibly rise up onto your tiptoes. Listen to your body. If this doesn't suit, you can keep your feet on the floor. We're just going to hug your elbows back towards your ribs the next breath in. And on the breath out, we're returning to your feet and stretching your arms above you. So you really plant your feet. Inhale, lifting the heart, elbows hug the ribs. Exhale, return to the feet, stretch the arms. A couple more. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, heart lift. Exhale, return to the feet. Let's open out the arms like a big old yawn and fold when you're taking that next breath out. Bend the knees as much as you want, release the head. When you're ready, we're going to step back that left foot and just change the feet to turn to your left, Prasarita. Have a little bend into your left knee. Feel that slight Skandasana, inner right thigh stretch. And over to your right, bending into that right knee. Good. You can do one more each side, just walking the hands. Then inhaling, coming to center, where we almost lengthen on a half lift. And then fold a little deeper. You can always bend the knees or keep yourself lifted through the chest. Options to come and take a connection with your feet. Maybe hands around the backs of the ankles. And then sliding your hands up towards your hips. Putting some energy through your legs, through your core as we rise the chest about halfway. Pause to breathe out. Come up the whole way on that next breath in. Going to turn your right set of toes to the front of the mat. And then just scoop that right arm up into your reverse warrior, really letting your back arm relax. Exhaling, let's melt that elbow, that wrist away. Breathe in again. Rise up. You might do that 1 or 2 more times even. Breathe in and up. Out and down. Whenever you feel ready, we're going to land that right elbow on the right thigh. Lift your left arm up. Maybe just circle it gently behind us, just tucking around the back of the waist. Slight drop of your right ear towards your right shoulder, so you can again just tap into this left side of the neck, lymphatic line and jaw. Exhale, unravel that left arm, pushing off, up and into center to turn your right foot to the front. And then turn your left toes to the back of the mat. Finding your warrior 2 position. To scoop up your reverse warrior with your left arm, relaxing your right arm. On that out breath, just let the arm melt back the way it came. Sort of wave-like, breathe in, reach into your stretch. Exhale, roll it away. Bring in that space. Release back to softness. On the next breath, we might start to lean on the left thigh. Parsvakonasana, that triangle. Long lines in the body, and maybe your right arm now wraps around the back of the waist to feel through the chest, the jaw and neck. Strengthen the legs, 1 more breath. Exhale to release that arm. Push from your thigh back to center. Inhale. Good. As we exhale, we're just going to let your elbows come hug your ribs. We've got 2 serving platters here. And then we're going to go feet turned out, heels swinging in. So we're almost coming through a brief plie as we just find and imagine that energy coming in through those corners of the glutes, the outer thighs, and just tapping into a little bit of yang, mostly in the breath. Imagine drawing energy up through the root to wake up your system. Digestion, lungs, liver, heart. One last breath. Exhaling, palms face down as we gently find our way to those inner thighs. Hands can relax and release, and try not to be too pushy with the hips here. Just a little slink from side to side. Exhale, find your way down to the floor when you're ready. Your feet in line with the top and bottom of the mat again as we drop through the chest. Letting go of breath, maybe from the mouth. And then exhaling, walking towards your front foot. I'm going to step back to plank position. Feel just a little sense of energy through your arms, shoulders over wrists. Long line in the body from heels to crown. Finding just one vinyasa. You can let your knees land first or take that more of a press up. Let's really scoop up the heart today. Inhale to lift. And exhale to find your way back on your child's pose. A sense of landing, lengthening and centering the spine. One or two more breaths. Inhaling, just walking yourself back towards your shins. If it's more comfortable, taking cross legs instead. And we're going to finish on our alternate nostril breath if it suits you today. Adding in your little foot pressure point. If the body is comfortable with that, we'll take your right foot over the arch of your left. Sit your weight back for a moment. If it's too tender, let's return to equal feet. Just bringing your first and middle finger of your right hand to third eye. Just taking a full breath there. Starting to close the right nostril for your next breath in through your left nostril. At the top of the breath, pausing, changing to your ring finger on the left nostril to let the breath empty. Breathing in through the right side. Let yourself pause, change over to the thumb, and then let that breath fully empty. One more like that. Breathe in. Pause, change, breathe out. Breathe in. Pause, change, breathe out. Moving your weight forwards just enough to change feet if you're with me. As we carry on, breathe in. And out, starting to really find your own rhythm. Feeling your whole lung capacity coming in through one nostril. Your whole lung capacity emptying from the right. And returning that, breathe in. Rebalancing, breathe out. And then just letting the hands rest as you take a central breath. Finding your way through to your sit bones, nice and gently. Feet flat to the mat as you take a moment to lift. And then sprawl all the way down to the floor. We're going to reach the arms above us, legs out long. Making sure you have enough room. Wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes. I'm going to finish on Banana Asana today. So we're just going to shuffle your shoulders a little bit to the right side of your mat. Catch your left wrist with your right hand above you. And leaving the hips where they are, just shuffle both feet over to the right edge of your mat. So you're creating this nice long expansive curve in the body, with the option, if it's comfy for knees, to hook your left foot over your right to create even more space. And then just settle in, feeling both tall and that side stretching space. Easing into that, breathe for 3. And then start to gently release the hands, release the arms, so you're quite spacious in your shoulders as you really slowly scuttle and unhook your feet into the center. Shift your shoulders gently to the left edge of the mat. You can take your right wrist with your left hand, so you're kind of breathing already down your right side and into the right armpit. And then your feet can shuffle a little to the left as well. Feeling through the belly, piriformis, rib cage. If it's comfy for knees, right foot can hook over the left. And we're still thinking long in the body as well as into that side space. So really expansive as we take 3 or 4 full breaths. Exhaling when you're ready, you can kind of unhook the hands so your shoulders are quite nice and wide. Unhook the feet, let everything shuffle back to center. Giving your knees a gentle squeeze in towards the chest. Any little circles over the lower back that you fancy, so you could really massage your lumbar with the knees. Same the other direction. Good. As we exhale, we're just going to let yourself walk slowly out towards your Shavasana. Let everything drop and flop really nice and soft. Invite your breath to empty. Your face muscles to soften and brighten. And release all instructions, just for a few moments of rest. Breathe in. Gently, softly out. And just slowly invite your awareness back to the body. Noticing any tingles of energy or feelings of space. As we wriggle fingers and toes awake. Gradually invite your knees towards your chest. A little squeeze of the knee and a little tumble to your left. Taking your time, you can slowly rise find your way into any seated pose you like. As we lift into the spine, relaxing the jaw, and then just collecting up all the good stuff that we've reconnected to. Hands one on top of the other over the heart. Putting down roots here, whatever the rest of the day holds. When you're ready, prayer position together, bowing to all that we are. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you're feeling a little more chill, and I will see you very soon, online or in person.